This training will cover the Resource Scheduler web portal dashboard. All room details can be found in the Resource Scheduler web portal. Think of the Resource Scheduler web portal as your dashboard for viewing events, obtaining room information, checking on your reservation status, and viewing setup requests. Obtaining access to the Resource Scheduler web portal can be accomplished in a few different ways, depending on your network connection. If you should need further instruction on gaining access to the portal, please visit the Help page by clicking in the upper right-hand corner on the Help link. And then this lower left-hand area on the screen, selecting the link for documentation and help guides. On the left-hand side of the screen, you have the option to search for a particular building, room, vehicle, or piece of equipment based on the name or title. Your first option is to click in the search box and begin typing the item that you are looking for. So it could be a location, but even simply putting in the location or the beginning of the location for Grand Haven, it pulls up other items that have Grand in the title. Your other option when looking at rooms is to use the drop-down arrows, and this provides you levels of information. If you need information on a particular item that is listed here, you can click on the name of the item, and depending on the level within the list, you can obtain the information you need. And when I say depending on the level settings dictate what information is shown on the right-hand side of the screen. On this top level, as I had clicked before, I clicked on West Olive. The information about this level is listed as region information. Here, you may see a marked up map of the locations that are found within the region. If you scroll a little bit further down, you will also see a list of the individual locations or buildings for that region and a brief detail listed. If I click on this next level, administration building, it's my level 2. This is the location information. The location information provides the address, building hours. These building hours are what actually dictate the room time fence as well, so that's kind of important to note. And a marked up map regarding the particular location. Now, depending on preference, the map listing here may be different. If you scroll a bit further down, you can actually see a list of rooms or resources for that particular location and a brief description of said resource. Now, in this situation, we have another level here. This is considered our level 3. This will provide a calendar view to see a group of resources for the location. So you're looking at the schedule basically. So by clicking on Admin General Rooms, it brought up the schedule. And based on what I select here, I can change my view to see the schedules for the rooms. So this is what has already been reserved. I can adjust my week by clicking on the calendar. I can bring myself back to today. And again, you can adjust your view based on what you select here. Now at some locations, there may be a fourth level. That fourth level is essentially, it provides the same view as the third level or the previous level we just talked about. It's just for a different group. And in this case, it's a group of equipment. And then you'll see items listed here that do not have an arrow next to them. That's kind of like our final level. These are for individual rooms. This just provides you a calendar or a schedule based on your selection here for a particular room that you've selected on the left-hand side. Going back to the home, based on your first time visit instructional video, the choices you made determine what will show on this right-hand side of the dashboard. You are able to make adjustments to your preferences at any time by visiting the My Information link, which is found up by your name by clicking on the down arrow under My Information. Your options are listed here on the side. This area right here will dictate what will show in the top section and the bottom section of the dashboard. Always be sure to click Submit if you make any changes here. Now, for purpose of showing kind of the different views that you can have on that home page layout, I'm going to change this to top panel to be Show My Favorites. And basically, this will show your favorite, the rooms you've marked as your favorite, their schedules for a particular day. You can add a room to your favorite list by clicking on the room title, I should say, and selecting this little star. The star will turn green and it will appear on your dashboard under favorites. This My Favorites section can be extremely helpful if you reference your current day room schedule regularly. This might be helpful to see what you had going on for maybe the three, in this example, the 3 rooms I have marked as favorites, and it shows me kind of where I'm at in the day. You can also change your view here. You can see how it says show full day. By selecting that, it shows me the entire day, if for some reason a room went outside of normal business hours. So you can kind of toggle that view right up here by clicking on that link. The other option you have in your dashboard is the Show My Flagged Items. This will show reservations that have been marked or flagged from within the reservation system. Some will use the Flag Items section as a reminder to return to the reservation at a later time. This would allow a user to provide details on a setup requirements or other details that were unknown at the time a reservation was placed. That follow-up flag can be found within the reservation itself right here. It's important to note that you're only able to flag this for follow-up through the Resource Scheduler web portal. Another reason a reservation would show in your flagged items section could be because a room admin had marked it to bring the reservation to your attention. This could be in a situation where maybe additional information was needed. They sent you an email. You might find it in this area, depending on the workflow for your building. The next area, the next option you have to show on your dashboard would be My Reservations. This will simply show you your most recent reservations that you've made. Within My Flagged Reservations and My Reservations, you'll see a link that says More. This link will bring you to an expanded list of your reservations. From there, you can filter for items which have conflicts or have been flagged by simply selecting or deselecting. So this would be a whole list of reservations that you have. If I selected flagged items, it would pull up just my flagged items. If I selected conflicts, it would bring up conflicts within the system. So it's all based on the selections that you make from this screen. That More screen can be very helpful when you have received maybe a cancellation notice or a decline notice from a room administrator. By quickly just going to the list and looking and selecting this flagged item box. Back to the home screen. For some of you, you may already know what it is that you need to schedule, and you're just trying to see a quick overall view. You don't want to search for a room. You don't need to do any of that. To look at a schedule quickly, you can click over here on this link that says schedule. And you'll be brought to your default location. That default location, again, is another setting under My Information and the options. And that's what will show on this screen. Now you can adjust how you would like to see it from there. Now you have a couple of tabs here at the top that we'll discuss. The Reservation Wizard. By selecting this tab, you can search for all rooms based on a scope and additional filter options, the date and time, reoccurring, and you can say only the available rooms. When you do this, let's just say I'm not too sure what time, but I only want to see my, well, apparently I can't do that. This will give me a list of rooms based on the criteria that I placed into the section. The planner view, by clicking on this tab up here, can be used to search for room schedules based on a particular day and then the items that you've placed into the selection. Again, on this one, you can select more options and you can choose the type of display that you will view. We'll just go as easy as possible here. Now, you can see that something popped up. List, it's kind of cut off here on the screen. You'll want to select less options. And it will bring you here to a view of the rooms that are available. It will give you your timeline here. This is where we're at during the day. There will be additional videos that will go over the details and how each of those work. It's just to give, this training is intended to give you just a quick overview of the tabs that you might have here at the top. Now, you might not have all of the same tabs that I do or that another person might. It just depends on the setting for the rooms or for the building. Another area you can go to look at rooms or reservations is by clicking on this magnifying glass over here. This is what's considered the search reservation page. It quickly brings you to the page, or it just gives you an icon to click on to get to the search reservations. You would select this search to find reservations based on your selections. This search would typically be used when you're looking for a particular reservation, because you are required to enter something under the advanced section. And so if you didn't have text to search, or you didn't know the contact person or the reservation number, one of these items, the search would not produce results for you. It's very, very important to note that as you're going through the Resource Scheduler web portal, that you have the option from a few of these items in the list to create reservations. However, if you primarily work out of Outlook, we highly recommend avoiding placement of reservations using the online portal method. If you decide you'd like to make reservations from the Resource Scheduler web portal, you must be sure to make any changes that you made to a reservation here online in your Outlook manually as well. This concludes our training for the Resource Scheduler web portal dashboard.